I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, bro. Before we get going on our video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the video, turn on your notifications, and go over there to Twitter and follow me on Twitter at KO Boxing 86 TV. If you have a breakdown or a fight prediction that you'd like me to do for you, knockoutboxing86 at yahoo.com is my email address. And also, if you want to sign up for the TKO debate series, hit me on that email as well. We're looking for judges, debaters. Anybody that want to participate is always welcome to come participate in the TKO debate series. And we got a fire debate coming up later on this week, so stay tuned to the community page for announcements. But let's get it popping and get into our video, man. Devin the Dream Haney was ultra impressive in his fight against George Kambosos. And let's talk about, should he move up in weight? Should he stay at 135? Let's just talk about Devin the Dream Haney in this video. But first, let's start, before we even talk about what's next and what I'd like to see next and all of that good stuff, let's talk about the actual performance. So when we did our breakdown and prediction on this fight on the channel, I told you guys that this fight, I wanted to be impressed by Devin Haney. And I felt like someone with Devin Haney's ability, someone with Devin Haney's ring IQ, someone with his skills, I want to see him take it up a notch against George Kambosos. I said I wouldn't be just impressed if he just worked off of his jab, didn't really put much behind it, and really didn't try to step up against George Kambosos and really do damage to him. Not that he needed to all of a sudden become this seek and destroy power puncher that's looking to just stop dudes and not use his boxing skills. That ain't Devin Haney. That ain't never gonna be Devin Haney. But I said I want to see the lead right hand more. I want to see you throw that right hand behind the jab more. I want to see you step to him a little bit and like put 2-3 punch combinations together. And boy, did Devin Haney do just that. George Kambosos was trying to flip and flop and switch stances or whatever. Devin Haney was masterful catching them in between those switches, sometimes leading with the right hand, sometimes throwing the right hand as a off of the jab, sometimes taking a half step back and countering George Kambosos, coming in with the right hand. Just really battered George Kambosos, outboxed him, still working behind the jab, but way more aggressive in this fight, way more entertaining. Just an impressive performance. Far more impressed by that second fight than I was by the first fight. And so you got to give that young man all the props, all the credit, and all the praise in the world. And he defended his undisputed championship. But as is in all sports, we on to the next. As in all sports, we're wondering what we will see from Devin Haney next. And you have some people that like him to move up in weight. You have some people that want him to stay at 135. I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle now. Thinking about it, I'm in the middle, and I'm explaining to you what I mean. I would like for Devin Haney to stand on his words. And what I mean by that, all of the things that he has said about guys like Tank Davis or Vasily Lomachencko, I would like for Devin Haney to fight at least one of them before moving up. I would really like that. I think that it would be a great fight, a big fight, and it would definitely erase any doubt with one of those fighters. I think one of those books need to be closed. Now, the more realistic book to be closed in his next fight is Vasily Lomachencko, because Devin Haney does owe ESPN and Top Rank one more fight. I find it hard to believe that Top Rank and ESPN will make some sort of cross-promotional fight between Devin Haney and Tank Davis when, if he loses or wins, that all those belts will go out the window. I find it far more likely that they are looking to make the Vasily Lomachencko fight, not only because it makes business sense, but because that's what Bob Arum is saying that he wants to do. And then the other part to that is Tank Davis has already fought at 140, so I believe I could get the Devin Haney-Tank Davis fight at 140 one day in the future, or even the Shakur Stevenson Devin Haney fight at 140 in the future. I think Shakur Stevenson is on the back burner, to be honest with y'all. Of the three, Shakur, Tank, Loma, I'd like to see Devin fight at least one of those people before moving up. Now, is Devin Haney a duck if he moves up to 140 without fighting one of those fights? I'm not saying he is a duck. I'm not saying he isn't a duck. I'm saying we have to see who he fights. I'm saying that we have to see what he said about making weight. A lot of people say that they felt Devin Haney was weight drained at the weigh-in. But when you saw him on fight night, hydrated up, looks like the weight cut was he looked in shape and hydrated and looked like he was doing his damn thing. Like normal, looked better than I seen him. He looked better in this fight than the last fight. So we need to see what Devin Haney's comments are about making weight. We need to see how he feels about it. I would just say, at some point, all of that sounds good, but I've seen guys like Errol Spence Jr., as their body has grown, they've made the sacrifices, they've made weight at a weight class for their entire career. Marvin Hagler. So don't tell me for a big fight that you've been saying you really want, like a Tank Davis or like a Lomachencko, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden now you can't make weight. Now all of a sudden it's just too hard. For the big fights, I think it's possible. For a fight like Loma, it should be possible, considering what we've heard Devin Haney and his father Bill Haney say about Lomachencko over the years. So if it's right there for you, you got to make that fight. You got to take that fight, in my opinion. Now, the caveat is, if he uses his undisputed championship to move up and fight a champion, right now the WBO champion is Josh Taylor. So if he uses, if Josh Taylor was to defeat Catterall, and Devin Haney say, no, I'm not fighting Loma. All right, I'm dropping my belts, I'm moving up, and I'm fighting Josh Taylor. Well, you can't be saying that he ducking Lomachencko to fight Josh Taylor. That shit don't go. Like how when Devin Haney fans tell you that Lomachencko ducked Devin Haney to fight Teofimo Lopez, who was an actual, like, that shit, it don't go. And so I keep the same energy for all fighters. I'm fair to everyone. So in the case of Devin Haney, we not going to call him a duck. You can't say he a duck if he don't fight Loma or he don't fight Tank, but instead he move up to fight Josh Taylor and be a two-division champion. Like if he don't fight Zepeda and Regis Prograis are fighting for the WBC. That's been ordered. They fighting in like November or something, right? If Devin Haney doesn't fight Lomachencko like Bob Arum wants him to do, or he doesn't fight Tank Davis, but instead moves up, drops his belt to 135, moves up to 140 pounds, and then instead fights somebody like a Regis Prograis if Regis beats Jose Zepeda, or Jose Zepeda if Zepeda beats Regis Prograis. You can't call that man a duck. He's fighting another champion. In the case of Regis, a dangerous-ass fighter. In the case of Zepeda, a dangerous-ass southpaw with real power to put your ass to sleep, and he will be a champion coming off of a victory against Regis Prograis. Like, no, bro. So it depends on who he fights. Like, people throw the duck word around too loosely, and I'm not one of those people. If I say it for a certain circumstance, I'm going to explain to you why, and I'm going to tell you why I believe that. Now, where I do think we have to start talking about a duck move is that if Devin Haney, which there is nothing in him that leads me to believe he would do this, but we cover in all scenarios, I don't think he would do this, but if Devin Haney somehow stays at 135, and the next fight, it's not a Lomachencko or a Tank Davis, but it's some, Richard Comey or something like that, some contender that is none of the fights that we want to see, then yeah, we gotta be like, bro, why you ain't fighting that? Bob and Aaron didn't want to make that fight. That's kind of duckish, but I don't think Devin Haney would do no shit like that, right? Or if he moves up to 140, drops his belt, and takes a tune-up. Then we got, like if he moves up to 140, and he fights Richard Comey. If he moves up to 140 and he fights Richard Comey. Or he moves up to 140 and now Nakatani's fighting at 140. So if you fight somebody like that, as a tune-up, as to acclimate yourself to 140, instead of fighting the bigger fight, the bigger money fight, the fight you've been claiming, you've been wanting in a Lomachencko or a Tank Davis, then we gonna be looking at you like, damn, bro, really? Really? But Devin Haney, to his credit, we gotta say this, we gotta keep it a buck. In the ring, he say he want the biggest and best fights still. They asked him about Lomachencko or Tank Davis. He say he want the biggest and best fights and bring them on. So I don't understand why some of his fans are talking about him moving up, or he needs to move up, or making excuses for him moving up, because he's still talking like he won't smoke down at the weight he at. I say let him get it. If he want it, let him get it. He can make weight. That's what a nutritionist is for, right? That's what you hire a nutritionist for. We not going to watch Errol Spence Jr. make the same weight for 10 years to accomplish his goals and try to chase after the fights that he wants, and then say all of a sudden that someone like Devin the Dream Haney, who is 23 years old, whose metabolism is higher than Errol Spence Jr., who probably at his age and his level of youth can cut weight way easier than Errol Spence Jr., we can't say that now all of a sudden we don't expect him to continue to make certain sacrifices to make the big fight happen. Everyone wants to see Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford, so we expect him to stay at 147 until he fights Terrence Crawford. People have been telling me for years, Devin Haney fans, that they want to see Dev versus Loma. They want to see Dev versus Tank. That's what y'all been telling me, bro. That's what y'all been telling me. So he needs to make the sacrifices and continue to do what he's doing, unless he's moving up to fight a champion, bro. Anything else will be uncivilized. But we just want to say, man, great performance by the young man. Really impressive. I can't wait to see what's next for him. Love his attitude and love it as a champion. He's still running around here talking about he want any and all smoke with the best. I want him to stand on it. Let's not make excuses for him not to stand on it. Let's keep supporting him, keep pushing him to chase his greatness, and please, 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 the rest of you fighters, pay attention to what this young man is doing, because he's doing it the right way, bro. And that's all I got. Y'all be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, share this video, hit my email for breakdowns and predictions, or if you want to join the TKO debate series as a debater, a judge, or a moderator, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is that email address. And our live shows Wednesdays and Thursday nights at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Y'all be sure to come through. I appreciate everybody watching. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. And with that, we up out of here. Peace out, y'all.